Alright, welcome. Today we are going to be going over how to use the MyFitnessPal app on your phone, on your laptop, whatever you want to use. We're going to be going through it step by step. We're kind of just going to be going over the basics today because it's quite an extensive program and you can do a lot with it, and we'll get into more detail later on. But this is such an important tool just while you learn what different foods are. It also has thousands and thousands of restaurants and foods that you can look up. You can go out to eat and you know what you're eating, for the most part. They're not 100% accurate, so if you're doing show prep and whatnot, we'll get into that later. But for the majority, it's pretty accurate. And so it gives you the flexibility to be able to go out and eat and still be able to hit your goals. You'll quickly see with this program, going out to eat is very hard sometimes to get to fit in your goals. So it also is another opportunity to be able to look up a restaurant, find the healthiest option they have, things like that. It can even create recipes. If you have a recipe you like to make, you can enter it in and it will tell you exactly how many calories, how many carbs, fats, proteins, everything. So, just the basics today. It's a free app. Download it on your phone. It's a website you can go to, myfitnesspal.com. Set up an account. You have to enter things like your name, birthday, height, weight, and it'll calculate a little what it thinks you should be at. Ignore that, please. That's very generic. It's not customized for you. It's not going to be quite as accurate with all the ones that I've planned out for you. After you've set that up and you have your account ready, I'm going to show you today on the cell phone how to track your foods. So, let's get started. Okay, so here is the MyFitnessPal app. This is what it will look like on your home page when you first open it. It just kind of has some little tips like, better sleep, little recipes, things like that, just to kind of help you out if you want to read through them. But you will see here at the top, it will show you your calories. Now this is what they will already pre-program for you based on your stats that you entered. But if we want to change that, you hit more on the bottom right, and it will pull up where you can change like your profile. What we're going to do is go into goals. So hit the goals here. This will open up your weight, your current weight, your weekly goals, your activity level. Obviously, this is going to be about you, but then you go on calorie and macronutrient goals. Now I have the free version. I just haven't paid for the upgraded one, but you can adjust this based on percentages. So if you go into calories, you can type in your calorie goal, and then if you click on, say, carbohydrates, you can see you can adjust this here to get as close to your grams for each macronutrient as possible. Now you should already know what this is, what your goals should be. If you do not, I definitely recommend getting a coach or trying to figure this out. Obviously, we're tracking it for a reason. So just kind of get as close as you can as possible to your macronutrient goal. And you can adjust it here, wherever you want. But this is about as close as I can get to mine. So that just sets up your goal for each day. Now I'm going to show you here how to enter your foods. Obviously there's a lot more you can do on this page, and I'll get into more detail. So from here, we're just going to go back to the home page, and I'm going to show you a couple different ways that you can add food. Okay, so what I want you to do is click on this plus sign at the bottom. And this is going to allow you to enter your weight, exercise, foods, water, status, a lot of different things here. We're just going to focus on food today. So you can hit the food, and this will ask you what meal you're wanting to add that to. Now I've gone ahead and I've changed my meals, the names of them, which can be done through logging into MyFitnessPal through a computer, but originally it will just come up and say breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. It doesn't really matter. If you're OCD like me and want to have it perfect, you can go ahead and do that as well. But this just allows you to select which meal, and then it will pull up food. Now this shows all of the recent foods that I've eaten, and obviously if this is your first time, you're not going to have anything in there. So I'm going to show you how to search for a food. There are a few different ways to do this, okay? The easiest way, obviously, is to scan the barcode. So if you have an item with you and it has a barcode on it already, you can just scan the barcode. You don't have to search for it, you don't have to do anything. So that's by hitting this barcode here on the side. All right. And then you just scan the barcode. And this pulls up exactly what you scanned. It was a Zone Perfect Nutrition Bar, the fudge graham flavor, which, by the way, is delicious. So, this pulls up everything for you already. The calories, the fat, the carbs, the sugars, the proteins, everything. All right, so you can either just add it that way, which then you hit the check mark in the top right, and add at the bottom right. And now that has been added to your meal 1 for the day. Okay. Another way to add food is if you are obviously at the home page, instead of hitting the big plus sign, you can hit diary. And that will take you to today's diary. And then you can go to whatever meal you're wanting and you just hit add food. And again, it will take you back to this exact same screen. Okay? And now let's say I want to search for a food that I don't have the barcode for. So let's say I had some strawberries. Alright, and the thing with fruits and a lot of different items is they can be measured so many different ways. Okay? You can either do 1 strawberry, a medium-sized strawberry. You can do a cup of strawberries cut in half, half a cup of strawberries sliced. I like to weigh mine. That's definitely the most accurate. So I like to find one where I can do it by grams. Okay? So a lot of times if you click on one, you can adjust the serving size. Okay? Sometimes it will let you do so many different options. Okay? So I usually do, if you want to go by just regular grams, you can adjust it there. Or I usually do about 100 grams. So now my serving size is 100 grams and I had 1 serving. If you had 200 grams, you just go in and change the serving size. Okay? And then you click the check mark in the top right and it has updated there for you. So now you just hit add. Okay? So there's a lot of different ways and you have to find the serving size that matches what you are comfortable with. Okay? If you're not comfortable doing grams and you'd rather just enter in each strawberry that you eat individually, you can do whatever. Obviously, weighing it is the most accurate way, at least at the beginning, while you kind of find out what a serving size should look like. But that's another way of entering it. Another way you could do it is say you go to add food and say you went to Pizza Hut. Okay? Search. Pizza Hut has its whole menu online in FitnessPal already. So if you click on Pizza Hut menu, it will pull up their entire menu. Okay? That's a super easy way to find things, but please beware. Okay? This here says that a Mountain Dew has 0 calories. We know that's not true. Okay, so just kind of be aware of little things like that that may not be accurate. Same thing if, it says a serving of peanut butter has 900 calories. We know that's not right. Okay, so just kind of be aware. If it has a check mark next to it, the green check mark, that means that item has been verified by multiple users, so it's probably going to be a little more accurate. So if you can, always try and find one with a green check mark next to it. Another way is you could actually look up just an item itself too. So say you had, a turkey sandwich. You type in turkey, you had deli turkey, okay? If you know the brand, great. Say you had Oscar Mayer deli turkey, and it shows Oscar Mayer 2 ounces is 1 serving size, okay? So if you had 2 ounces, you can just click the check mark there. Or if you had different than 2 ounces, click on the actual name. You can adjust the serving size itself, or you can adjust the number of servings. Say you had 4 ounces of turkey, you just change it to 2 servings of 2 ounces, and it will update, hit the check mark, and now it shows 4 ounces. Add. Okay? Let's say then you go for your bread. Eventually, once you have everything in there, you can just scroll through and you can pick out your recent ones. Okay? I use split top wheat bread from Costco, and 1 slice is a serving. So if I have a sandwich, I have 2 slices. Update to 2, hit the check mark, and then let's say I want to put, some spinach on my sandwich. Here's spinach already. I usually eat that within my day. So I'm going to go ahead and update that, though I don't want 2 cups of spinach. Okay? So I'm going to just adjust the serving size to 1 cup, and let's say I had 1/4 of a cup of spinach on my sandwich. Hit check, and now you can see that there are 2 things check marked. You can add multiple things at a time. Hit add 2. So now you've got pretty much your turkey sandwich. Okay, there are so many different ways to add things to this. So one thing I do want to show you here is if you want to see where you're at for the day and how much you have left, how many you've already consumed, if you scroll to the bottom and hit nutrition, it will pull up. You can either do calories, shows you a little pie chart of your calories broken down by meal. You can go to macros and it shows you how many you've eaten. But if you go to nutrients in the middle, see on my protein it shows I've had 40 grams of protein and my goal is 135. I still have 95 grams left that I can have during my day. Same thing for carbohydrates. It shows how many I've had, what my goal is, and how many I have left. Okay? So this is kind of just a good way to go through and see where you're at, how much you have left, what you have available. Okay? So that's kind of just a good thing to know. So I'll show you my day yesterday. Okay? This is what I ate yesterday. All right? So if you go to the bottom, hit nutrition, this shows where I was. Obviously I just changed my macros, so I actually was really good and on. But this shows where my protein, carbs. Don't worry so much about, oh my gosh, my sugar was way over. Oh my gosh, my calories weren't right. Focus more on the grams of protein, carbs, and fats. Okay, if you hit those every day, your calories might be a little bit different, but just try and get those as close as you can, and you'll be fine. Okay, but this is just kind of a good way to show you where you're at each day. Okay, and you can see this is what I eat. Nothing crazy. Okay, but this is just kind of an overview of how to enter your food. Okay. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'd be happy to make more tutorials. Like I said, I'm going to be making one on how to enter recipes and whatnot. But for now, that just kind of gives you a good overview of how to enter food, how to search for the right food. Again, look for the green check mark if possible, or scan. Scan is so easy and I love it. But obviously, fruit, things like that don't have barcodes. So
lots of different ways you can search for things. Hopefully this helped. Let me know if you have any questions. Good luck!